QuickBooks Online is a fantastic accounting tool, but when it comes to serial number tracking, it falls short. There's not really any native support built in, and the workaround is kind of really only designed for low volume of use. So we're gonna look at a little workaround inside QuickBooks Online, and then we're gonna look at Lexul Field Service to see how they handle tracking serial numbers. So let's hop into QuickBooks Online and see how this workaround works. Okay, so once we are inside of QuickBooks Online, the first thing that you wanna do is go to the settings, the gear icon in the top right corner, and we're gonna use custom fields. So find the custom under lists, go down and find custom fields, select custom fields. And once we're here, we're gonna wanna go ahead and add field, and you can just type in serial numbers. We're gonna hit transaction. What I want is, again, you can do this select for your needs. We're gonna do purchase order and estimates, and we're gonna go ahead and hit save. And so I'm just gonna make a purchase order here. And once you make a purchase order for, let's say, a customer or a vendor, you can see this serial numbers field here where you can, add your specific serial number that you need. Then you can add your items, what was needed, what was needed on the job. And you can also add this too if you go to your estimates. So this is on the purchase order itself, then you can add all your details, save it, and send it to the vendor. Or else you can create a new estimate and go to under customers, go to estimate. And here you're also going to see this custom field as well. Serial numbers here, and you can just paste, the same serial number or whatever you need for this specific estimate or purchase order. Now again, this is a real basic way of doing it, and doing this repetitively over and over and over and over is not going to be an automated solution at all, but it is something that if you're in a pinch, it can work for a very low amount of estimates or purchase orders. But it's just as quick as that. Add a custom field and then input a serial number in there, and you can save that and send that. Once inside of Lexul Field Service, you're going to find the menu on the left side, go to inventory, select purchase orders, and select the purchase order that you need here, and then go ahead and select that. And here's where you can add your serial numbers. So just to make it easy, I'll just add a couple here. Okay, and once you've added your serial numbers, you want to select which warehouse you want to receive these items. So we have a receiving warehouse. So we're just gonna, once you have all your added numbers, you want to select the warehouse and then hit submit. And perfect. And in order to change those serial numbers to a different warehouse, you can go to inventory, go to warehouses, select the warehouse where you received those items, and you can see I have them at the top here. And then we're gonna want to go ahead and hit the transfer inventory icon, and you just select where you want those to be moved. So this one we want Houston Warehouse 2, and then we're going to select those items that we just inputted, those serial numbers, and hit submit. And those are all going to be transferred over to that brand new warehouse for those items that you've just received. Now, how do we see these on the work order itself? So here's what we do. Create a new work order, or you can use an existent work order, but I'm just going to create a new one just for this video here. And you can, we can go ahead and create a new work order very quickly. And once you're inside the work order, you can go ahead and add a service, and we're just for a sample here, because in order to add those items with the serial numbers to the work order, you want to attach it to a service. So we have a service there, and then we'll find the item that the serial number is tied to. So we have lumber, just for a sample. And then you can go ahead and click the install quantity section, find the warehouse that you transferred the items to, and then select add value. And here is you're going to find your serial numbers. You can copy and paste them over, or whatever is the quickest and fastest option for you. Copy, paste. Once we confirm those, we can see that all those 3 serial numbers have been added to the work order, and these will, stay here on the work order. They'll never, so for work order history or for looking back on what exact serial numbers were on the work order connected to the item, you're going to see connected to each item each serial number and specifically the exact serial number, and you can copy and paste or whatever you need for that as well. And when you go back to look at, let's say, work order history, you'll see when you select that item that's connected with the serial numbers, you're going to see exactly which warehouse it is. The serial numbers are going to be there, they're not going to be removed somehow, so you can look back on work history as well. And the other thing to note is that expiration dates can actually be given for lot numbers, and they can be configured for each item. So this is a field service approach to inventory, removing kind of this overhead and removing some of the common pitfalls that you sometimes will see with inventory software specifically. So it makes it easier for guys out in the field to actually use the serial numbers and attach them directly to the work order, and you can use them in your work order process and have again, those expiration dates, have the warehouses that have those purchase orders, have those serial numbers where you need them, where you want them, and you can also see work order history, go back and look what was here, what was there, when I need it, where I needed it, and yeah. So different than QuickBooks Online, you can have a full integrated inventory system and warehouse system within Lexul Field Service, and this is designed for, again, a field service approach rather than this overhead warehouse approach, and it's helpful for those guys out in the field who need to get those inventory items, need to get those serial numbers on the work order and track those serial numbers, which is important. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment for us down below. We'd love to help answer your questions to see if this may be the exact solution that would work best for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.